5 dark signs she's thinking about her ex while you're touching her. You're with her, but she's somewhere else. You can feel it. Something's off. She's distant, distracted, comparing you to someone you've never met. And deep down, you know the truth. She's still thinking about him. Her ex is the ghost in your relationship, and you're competing with a memory you can't fight. By the end of this video, you'll know the 5 dark signs she's still emotionally attached to her ex, and what you need to do about it. These signs reveal when you're being used as a placeholder, a rebound, or an emotional crutch while she processes someone else. Sign 1. She brings him up constantly. He's always in the conversation. The clearest sign she's not over her ex is that he's constantly in conversation. She brings him up in stories, compares you to him, references their relationship frequently, and seems unable to have conversations without his name appearing. When someone has moved on, their ex becomes irrelevant background. They don't think or talk about them. His name comes up multiple times per conversation. She references my ex or his actual name frequently. Stories about her past inevitably include him. You notice he appears in conversation more than seems necessary. People who've moved on rarely mention their exes. Frequent mention indicates he's still central in her thoughts. She compares you to him, positive or negative. My ex used to do it this way, or you're so different from my ex. Whether the comparison is favorable or not, she's comparing. You feel like you're being measured against someone else. Comparison means active mental evaluation. She hasn't filed him away. You shouldn't be competing with a ghost. She tells stories where he's the main character. Her past stories revolve around him and their relationship. Can't talk about her life without him being central to the narrative. You realize most of her meaningful memories include him. People process their identity through stories. If he's in all her stories, he's still part of her identity. And she gets emotional when discussing him. Whether anger, sadness, or nostalgia, she shows strong emotion. Talks about him with intensity that reveals unresolved feelings. You notice the energy shift when he comes up. Emotional neutrality indicates healing. Strong emotion indicates ongoing attachment. The opposite of love isn't hate, it's indifference. She's not indifferent. Why you're ignoring it? You tell yourself she's just processing the breakup verbally. You think being patient and understanding will help her move on. You don't want to seem jealous or insecure by objecting. Your tolerance of ex talk enables her continued mental attachment. Every date with Lisa involved her ex Marcus. First date, story about a vacation with Marcus. Second date, comparison between Marcus's job and Jake's job. Third date, discussion of why things ended with Marcus. Jake told himself Lisa was just processing, but 3 months in, Marcus was still omnipresent. Jake couldn't share a story without Lisa saying, "That reminds me of when Marcus and I." Jake's friend finally said, "Man, it sounds like you're dating both of them." Jake realized Lisa had never left that relationship mentally. She was with Jake physically while remaining with Marcus emotionally. Jake was the rebound, helping Lisa process someone else. So address it directly. I've noticed you bring up your ex a lot. Are you over that relationship? Set a boundary. I need us to focus on our relationship, not your past one. Watch her response. Does she acknowledge and change, or defend and continue? Don't compete with memories. If she can't stop comparing you to him, she's not ready. Sign 2. She's still connected to him digitally. Social media stalking, texting. She still follows him on social media, checks his profiles regularly, or worse, still texts or communicates with him. She says they're just friends, but the frequency and nature of contact suggests otherwise. When someone truly moves on, they create distance, digital and otherwise. She still follows and watches his social media. She follows her ex on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. You notice she views his stories or likes his posts. She knows what's happening in his life through social media monitoring. Following an ex keeps them psychologically present, can't move on while consuming daily updates about their life. She talks about things he's posted, references things from his social media in conversation, like, I saw he went to or he posted about. This reveals she's actively checking his accounts. If she knows his social media activity, she's seeking it out. You don't accidentally know your ex's daily activities, you look for them. They're still texting or in communication. She admits they still text occasionally. She says they're just friends, but it feels inappropriate. The frequency or intimacy of contact makes you uncomfortable. Staying friends with an ex usually means one person isn't over it. And she checks to see if he's watching her stories. She posts things and checks if he viewed them. She curates her social media with him as partial audience. You realize some of her posts are performative for his benefit. Posting for your ex means caring about their reaction. Social media performance for ex indicates ongoing emotional investment. Why you're ignoring it? She says it's innocent and you don't want to seem controlling. You trust her and don't want to dictate who she follows. You're afraid objecting will make you look insecure. There's a difference between trust and ignoring obvious signs. Amanda and her ex Derek had been broken up for 6 months when she started dating Tom. Amanda assured Tom she was over Derek, but Tom noticed Amanda still followed Derek on all platforms. One evening, Amanda was scrolling Instagram and said, "Oh, Derek got a new car." Tom asked how she knew. Amanda said she'd seen his post. Tom checked. Derek had posted 4 hours ago. Amanda had been checking his profile. Tom asked Amanda to unfollow Derek. Amanda got defensive. "I'm not going to let you control who I follow. We're just friends." Tom realized Amanda had never left that relationship mentally. She was with Jake physically while remaining with Marcus emotionally. Jake was the rebound, helping Lisa process someone else. So address it directly. "I've noticed you bring up your ex a lot. Are you over that relationship?" Set a boundary. "I need us to focus on our relationship, not your past one." Watch her response. Does she acknowledge and change, or defend and continue? Don't compete with memories. If she can't stop comparing you to him, she's not ready.
Sign 3. She's emotionally unavailable or distant with you. Walls still up. She's physically present, but emotionally absent. She won't open up fully, keeps you at arm's length emotionally, seems guarded or closed off. When you try to deepen the connection, she pulls away. This emotional unavailability often stems from unhealed heartbreak. She won't open up about her feelings. Conversations stay surface level. When you try to go deeper, she deflects or changes subject. She doesn't share her emotional world with you. Emotional availability is required for intimacy. If she won't let you in, someone else is occupying that space. She seems disconnected even when you're together. She's physically present, but mentally elsewhere. You feel like she's going through the motions without real engagement. There's an emotional distance you can feel, but can't name. Her body is with you, but her heart and mind are elsewhere. She pulls away when things get serious. As you try to deepen the relationship, she creates distance. Talk of future or commitment makes her uncomfortable. She keeps the relationship casual despite time invested. Fear of commitment after heartbreak is normal, but it means she's not ready. And she compares your emotional connection unfavorably. Says things like, "I don't feel the same spark," or "something's missing." You sense you're being compared to the emotional intensity of her past. She seems disappointed that what you have doesn't measure up. If she's comparing your connection to her ex's, she's not over that connection. Unresolved feelings for ex prevent bonding with new person. Why you're staying? You think patience and time will help her open up. You believe you can heal her hurt and prove you're trustworthy. You're invested and don't want to give up. You can't fix someone else's emotional unavailability. Chris felt like he couldn't get close to Maya no matter how hard he tried. 6 months into dating, Chris still felt like he barely knew her. Maya wouldn't discuss her feelings, wouldn't make future plans, kept Chris at emotional arm's length. When Chris asked about it, Maya said, "I'm just not good at sharing my feelings." But Chris saw Maya's old Facebook posts about her ex, paragraphs of emotional expression. Maya had been capable of emotional intimacy with her ex, just not with Chris. Chris realized Maya's emotional capacity was still invested in processing her past relationship. She had nothing left to give Chris emotionally. Chris was dating an emotionally unavailable woman whose heart was still with someone else. So name what you're feeling. I feel like you're emotionally distant. Are you ready for this relationship? Require emotional availability. I need emotional intimacy, not just physical presence. Set a timeline. I can give you time, but I need to see movement toward openness. Don't try to fix her. Her healing is her responsibility, not yours. Sign 4. She's keeping you secret or casual, not integrating you into her life. She's keeping you separate from her real life. You haven't met her friends or family. She won't post about you on social media. She's vague about your relationship status. This separation often means she's keeping options open in case her ex comes back, or she doesn't want her ex to know she's moved on. You haven't met anyone important in her life. Months in and you haven't met friends or family. She makes excuses when you suggest meeting people. You exist in isolation from her real life. Integration shows commitment. Separation shows uncertainty. People introduce serious partners, not temporary ones. She won't post about you on social media. She's active online, but you don't appear on her accounts. No photos together, no relationship status update, no acknowledgement. You realize her ex might still be in her digital audience. She doesn't want her ex to see she's moved on. Social media privacy about you specifically means she's keeping you hidden. She's vague about your relationship status. Won't define what you are to each other. Introduces you as friend or avoids labeling the relationship. Your boyfriend in private, nobody in public. Vagueness allows flexibility if her ex wants her back. And she keeps your time together private and separate. Dates are always in private settings or away from places she frequents. Doesn't invite you to events where she might run into her ex. You're compartmentalized away from her regular life. If she's hiding you, she's either not serious or protecting ex access. Public relationships are real. Hidden ones are provisional. Why you're accepting it? She says she's private or moving slowly. You don't want to pressure her. You think eventually she'll open up. Moving slowly is different from deliberate separation. 8 months into dating Rachel, Ben hadn't met a single person in Rachel's life. When Ben suggested meeting Rachel's friends, Rachel said they were busy. When Ben wanted to attend Rachel's work event, Rachel said it wasn't appropriate. Ben wasn't on Rachel's social media despite her posting constantly. Ben realized he existed in complete isolation from Rachel's actual life. Then Ben learned Rachel's ex had asked her to get back together. Rachel admitted she'd been considering it. Ben realized Rachel had kept Ben separate because Ben was never meant to be permanent. Rachel had been keeping herself available for her ex while using Ben as emotional support. Ben had been the placeholder the entire time. So name what you're feeling. I feel like you're emotionally distant. Are you ready for this relationship? Require emotional availability. I need emotional intimacy, not just physical presence. Set a timeline. I can give you time, but I need to see movement toward openness. Don't try to fix her. Her healing is her responsibility, not yours. Before we get to the final sign, if this video helped you see that you deserve someone who's fully present and over their past, hit that subscribe button. We help men recognize when they're being used and walk away with their dignity intact. Now let's talk about the last sign,
Sign 5, she rushes into physical intimacy but avoids emotional intimacy, using you to get over him. She moved fast physically, sex happened quickly, physical affection is abundant, but emotional connection is non-existent. This pattern often indicates she's using physical intimacy to cope with emotional pain from her previous relationship. Physical intimacy is easier than emotional vulnerability when you're heartbroken. Sex happened very quickly. Physical intimacy within first few dates. She initiated or pushed for fast physical progression. The relationship became sexual before emotional foundation was built. Fast physical intimacy often masks emotional unavailability. Sex without emotional connection is transactional, not relational. Physical affection is easy, emotional connection is hard. She's comfortable with physical touch and sex, but emotional conversations are avoided or uncomfortable. You have physical intimacy, but no emotional intimacy. Using physical to avoid emotional is classic rebound behavior. Physical connection without emotional bond is hollow. She seems to be proving something. The sexual relationship feels performative. You sense she's trying to prove she's desirable or over someone. Physical intimacy feels more about her validation than mutual connection. Using new partner to prove recovery indicates lack of recovery. And the relationship is mostly physical with little substance. Your time together revolves around sex. Deep conversations, future planning, emotional sharing don't happen. You realize the relationship lacks substance beyond physical. If relationship is primarily sexual, you're being used for physical comfort. Rebound relationships are often physically intense, but emotionally empty. Why you're going along with it? You're attracted to her and enjoy the physical intimacy. You think the emotional connection will develop over time. You don't want to slow down something that feels good physically. Physical intimacy without emotional foundation rarely develops depth. Kate and Mike slept together on their second date. The physical chemistry was intense. They saw each other multiple times a week, mostly ending up in bed. But when Mike tried to have deeper conversations, Kate shut down. Mike realized he knew almost nothing about Kate emotionally. Her feelings, her dreams, her fears. The relationship was entirely physical. Then Mike learned Kate had broken up with her long-term boyfriend 2 months before meeting Mike. Kate's friend later told Mike, Kate was devastated. She jumped into dating to prove she could move on. Mike realized he hadn't been Kate's boyfriend. He'd been Kate's rebound. Kate had used physical intimacy with Mike to cope with emotional devastation from her ex. Mike had been the distraction, while Kate processed someone else. So, slow down physically. I want to build emotional connection before going further. Require emotional intimacy. I need more than physical. I need to know you emotionally. Ask directly, are you ready for a real relationship or are you rebounding? Notice the imbalance. If physical is easy but emotional is hard, she's using you. If you're recognizing these signs and wondering if she's not just thinking about her ex, but is actually still in love with him, watch our video on the 5 dark signs she's still in love with her ex, not you. Understanding the depth of her feelings for him will help you make the right decision. Links in the description. Being with someone who's still mentally and emotionally attached to their ex is one of the most painful relationship experiences. You're giving everything while competing with a memory. She talks about him constantly, stays digitally connected to him, keeps you at emotional distance, won't integrate you into her life, and uses physical intimacy to avoid emotional connection. These 5 dark signs reveal you're not her boyfriend, you're her rebound, her placeholder, her coping mechanism. And every day you stay is another day invested in someone whose heart belongs to someone else. Look honestly at your situation. Does she bring him up constantly? Is she still following and checking his social media? Is she emotionally unavailable or distant with you? Is she keeping you separate from her real life? Did your relationship jump to physical intimacy while emotional intimacy stays absent? If you recognized 3 or more of these signs, she's not over her ex. And you need to decide, are you going to stay and compete with a ghost, or walk away and find someone who's actually ready for you? If this video helped you see that you deserve someone who's fully present and over their past, subscribe to this channel. We help men recognize when they're being used and walk away with their dignity intact. Drop a comment telling me which sign you recognized. Or if you were someone's rebound and ignored these signs, share what finally made you leave. Your story might save another man from wasting time on someone emotionally unavailable. You are not a consolation prize. You are not a rebound. You are not a healing process for someone else's heartbreak. You deserve a woman who's over her past and ready for a future with you, not someone who's using you to get over someone else. Walk away from women stuck on their exes. You deserve someone who chooses you, not someone who settles for you while they wish for someone else.